the channel. You guys have been watching Dan prepare his Supra for Formula Drift. For those of you that are new to the race series or our channel, our first round will be in Long Beach, California, the second weekend of April. It's April 12th and 13th. So you guys are kind of getting to see everything that leads up to that on our channel. You've watched Dan get the car together. He's already taken it to the dyno. That's a big deal at this point. And he was able to go to Norway. He just left yesterday. He's gonna be gone for a week. He can go there with the peace of mind that the car is healthy and ready. Now I have the car all to myself. I don't have to worry about getting in his way. I'm gonna see how far along I can get with doing his livery. For those of you that are kind of new to our channel, I usually try to do a video each year on the process of his livery coming together. It's a little different content for the channel, but so far you guys have liked it, so hopefully you enjoy another year of that. I am gonna switch it up on you a little bit. I don't wanna carry you through like so much detail in the process of the actual wrap. I'll still take you through it, but I wanted to just kind of showcase everything that goes into it, or at least for this year, how it's involved other artists, and I want to be able to highlight the painter, how he's gotten involved in it. So I think I'm gonna break it down because I don't want to be all over the place in the video. I'll take you through just a little bit of the design, then I'll show you the render. We can go through paint, and then you'll get to see the vinyl come together, and then I'll take you through the merch also. This time of year is a lot of fun for me. It does get a little stressful because there's like hard deadlines that you need to meet, and it's not the only thing that we're working on. There's a lot of things that we're both kind of just juggling as we lead up to our first round. So I have to remind myself every once in a while, like, this is the fun part for me because I love the creativity. I've got the ideas, I've got the vision, and in this video, you're gonna see the people that help me bring it to life. Let's see, my design. I'm gonna show you the basics of what I start out with so you can really appreciate the artist I get to work with who did the render of my design for us. I sort of approach Dan's liveries based on like the materials. I get really inspired by the different vinyl films as far as like the finish on them. So metallics, mattes, chromes, I think it's just so much fun. There's so many possibilities and different things you can do with the contrast of those materials together. Just subconsciously, I guess that's how his liveries have always been developed. It's a lot about the material and what I can do with them. I've just kind of trusted myself in that. It's not the simplest process. It's not the easiest way. I probably make it a lot more complicated. I always say I'm not a professional vinyl wrapper or installer by any means. If you're looking for that, this isn't the video for you. This is just kind of some insight and some behind the scenes of how things come together with our race program and the part that I have in it. Sorry guys, I am trying to get to the point. In the past, a lot of my livery designs are around a concept. I wanted to share with you guys how the design started out. This was my initial sketch when I realized, okay, that's what I'm gonna do. And I wanted to create some like soft curves in there, and then we needed it to still be like active enough, and wanted to bring in that speed, which like Dan helped me out with it. He's like, no, I like the straight edges. And so I was able to find a happy medium. Anyway, this is the very beginning of it. Obviously it wasn't working. I got some feedback here. It just wasn't like, this dip didn't work quite right, but I was trying to really play with the fenders and the curves of the Supra, and that's kind of why you saw the design that I put in place around the skirt and what was going on here. So that's where it went. That's when it clicked. Just want to share that with you guys. It's really hard to just make that happen. That's how I know I couldn't do this for a job. It takes like a year for me. I don't know what Wendy is doing, but those are the noises you're hearing. Yeah, right there? She's okay. So this year, I can't say that I drew like a specific concept for the livery. I just knew that I wanted to use certain materials. I wanted it to be clean, and we still do have RAD on the door, which is, it's bittersweet. You know, we love bringing that to you guys. I know that our fans really love seeing that. We like it that way too, but at the same time, we would love for our race program to mature. We want a title sponsor. We want someone to, you know, buy that door, be able to buy out the car. And we have some great partners where things are growing, and I think we're gonna get to do a lot of cool things this year. I'm so glad you guys are along to see what's gonna be taking place. So you can see where we're at right now, even before the season begins, and what we're gonna get to do. So with that, I really wanted to use black chrome this year and couldn't help it. We're not limited to any kind of color scheme, so I worked in the blue chrome, the silver chrome, and black chrome. We got all the chromes. I don't think I'm gonna show you on screen. I'm just gonna show you this print. So once again, you can appreciate the artist that's gonna render it for us. This is what we have, guys. You have to have quite an imagination based off this piece of paper. I can see it. I know what it's gonna look like. I can imagine it on track. But this is your guys' sneak peek here. You'll get to really see, that's why, like I said, I'm doing it different. In the past, I wouldn't even like show you the full car design, I think, until it was fully wrapped. We're switching it up this year. You guys can see how it actually all comes together and becomes a reality. So I'm excited to share that with you. So that's gonna be the design aspect. And then I'm gonna take you into the rendering with Muhammad. I had come across his Instagram a while ago, and I knew that once I saw it, you know, I'd reached out to him and I said, when I have my design, can I come to you? Will you do the rendering of Dan's car for this? And he was very enthusiastic about it, and he has just gone the extra mile trying to make everything accurate and true to Dan's body kit as far as all the details. He's spent a lot of time on it. I'm so thankful that we've got to work with him. So here's Muhammad. Okay, you guys, that's cool stuff. That's just like magic to me. I could not do that on my own. Muhammad's making us look really good, and I'm excited to see this out on track in real life. Can't wait. So from there, we've got design, we've got render. I'm gonna take you through paint now with our buddy Timmy of Cartoon Customs. He has been just an answer to prayer. We're so fortunate that he's in the area here. It's cool how things worked out. He also painted Dan's car last year. Hey guys, bringing the car together for the season is quite a process. You guys have seen in some of my past videos, I talk about kind of like the design that goes into it. So Dan's been busy working on like fitting the panels. We travel with spares. That's important in FD. So you can see like the car is completely apart, but him and Daniel spent a good like a whole weekend fitting all the panels, matching up like the fender to the side skirt, pre-drilling all the holes for it, all of that. And then next it goes over to Timmy from Cartoon Customs, who's at our shop right now. They just finished playing
Surprise.
in the Z3s,
Yeah.
party carts.
Party carts.
Yep. So
We have a lot of stuff to do. I think this is more
Bam.
than. I think this is more than last season. I think it's a little more than last season.
because we're ready to battle. We're
Game
gonna
on.
see some damage.
It's the comeback kid's coming.
We're gonna get footage when he's at his shop, whether Timmy's grabbing that or me or Dan are there, but yeah.
So basically, all of the parts will get prepped and primed, and they'll get ready for paint. Each panel is gonna get probably, I'd say, 4 coats of black, and then probably 2 or 3 coats of clear. He's gonna rip it off anyways, so it doesn't need to be perfect. I like to make it as perfect as possible, so it'll be pretty cool. And Renee has a sweet design. We're gonna paint a little bit of it, and then the rest of it will be the wrap. So that's that'll come later on, but it's pretty cool.
I know.
I'm
Was
excited.
it was 23 that you had first done
Yeah.
the paint for the car,
Yep,
right?
yep,
And
23.
like I had
Last
to
season.
apologize. I was like, I'm so sorry, Timmy. I'm covering up all the
I
paint.
know. It's actually really cool this season that the paint's gonna be a little more exposed this
Yeah.
time around. So I
Definitely.
think it'll be pretty cool for everybody to check
Shiny.
out and see. Yeah, it's gonna be sparkly.
Yep.
Shiny.
All right, guys.
All right, we are loaded up. All these body panels, gonna go to paint. Barely fits in the truck. Thing is, when I go back and everything's painted, I'm gonna have to make like 2-3 trips because can't really stack and touch stuff on top of each other like it is now. But we're headed there now. Let's go see what Timmy's up to over there at his shop. All right, guys, we're here with Timmy. Dropped off a lot of stuff, stressing him out.
Yay.
You ready?
Yeah, are you ready? I'm ready.
I'm ready.
Renee has given me permission to show you guys a little behind the scenes on the paint side. So we have the bumper split. We got the first color down. We're gonna lay the second color down, and I'll take you guys through that process here in a second. Let's go.
I'm gonna take you out to the shop so you can see where the car's at right now. I forgot to mention, like in my design, I couldn't make up my mind between a white front or black front. And I've always said, I'm like, when it comes to design, there's no rules. You can do whatever you want. And that's the fun part of it. I think a lot of people that just kind of get sucked into design and just intrigued by all of it, there's a lot of troubleshooting, and you guys know that. My torn decision of doing black or white evolved into this, and I love it. It's almost my favorite part of the car. It has a statement, the way it looks. It's something we haven't done yet, so that's always exciting. And thanks to Timmy for making that possible. That would have required so much more time, energy, and effort on my behalf if I had to wrap that, and it would not look the same. Yeah, huge shout out to Timmy for making that possible. So here's the car as it is, and I'll do quick walk around what we have right now. I did a little bit of wrapping already so that Dan could install the door handle and the side view before he left to Norway so I can lay out my design. This is where we're starting. You guys are gonna see this car come together and be ready for Long Beach. Yeah, we're excited. What do you think, Wendy? You look very small next to that car. You gonna come say hi? Come here. What are your thoughts, Wendy? Oh, just like that, we lost her. She's being camera shy. Let's see, I walked her through paint. I'm gonna jump into vinyl soon. You guys will get to see the material, the actual true material that Montroy sent over. I already have some of that here. We are still waiting on some more silver chrome because I don't have enough for that yet. Hopefully it comes in soon, but I wanna see how far I can get with the car before Dan is back. So wish me luck. Okay guys, stay tuned. Hey guys, I don't really know how the order of this video is going to go, but I am going to start laying some vinyl starting today because Dan will be heading to Norway for a whole week. So I'm gonna try to see what I can get done on the car while he's gone so I'm not in his way. So I'm gonna start wrapping the doors right now so that he can put the door handle and mirror on there, and we're just kind of winging it. Hey, we know that guy. Kind of winging it with this process, but just wanted to catch this moment when we're putting the first vinyl on. I'm gonna get to it. That probably takes longer than what I just did, but I've never got to see how long that took, so we'll see what it times out to. Hey guys, so we are back and it's about 2 days later. Let's see, Dan left on Tuesday and I was hoping that I would just be able to dive into the car wrap and focus on that and really bang it out by the end of the week. Didn't work out that way, which is fine. There was just like some normal day-to-day business stuff that I had to take care of, and especially with Dan not being here, just the days flew by. So I wouldn't get started on this until like 5 or 6 o'clock at night, and I was here till 9 the last few nights, but I finally got to a place where I can start really just flowing with laying the vinyl on the car, which was very difficult for me. I had to keep telling myself, just be patient, it's worth it. Going over my design, I'll show you guys in a second. I I just make it so complicated for myself, but it's very satisfying in the end because I like seeing this type of material worked into the design. Anyway, I had to troubleshoot quite a bit on how I'm gonna run this through my cutter, the best way to install it on the car, because I had some parts that were like the full length, and just like how to panel that out, what would make sense for future touch-ups and templating all of that. And I think actually having the reference and what Muhammad built with the car, that will probably help me in the future because I'll have something more accurate, because he was pretty thorough in those dimensions with everything, as you guys had seen. Hopefully, we'll see. Each year there's always something new. I will show you what I have going on. I have been printing just on a cheap bond paper at the local print shop, just black and white prints. And I like to lay that up on the car like you guys have seen me do in the past. I feel more confident kind of doing a run through like that before I start cutting our really nice vinyl. That's just become a habit. I thought about not doing that this time, and I'm really glad that I did. This is what we have going on. I'm excited about it. Everything laid up pretty well. I was just having a really hard time. Ultimately, this is gonna be blue chrome vinyl, the RAD and these rays. This is gonna be some silver chrome that carries over from the door all the way to the back. And then this dark piece right here will actually be a black chrome. I'll show you guys all those physical vinyls shortly after this. So that's the plan. I think it'll be fine. I've really thought this through, thought about what would be the most efficient way to do this, what will look the cleanest, how we can actually touch it up. I guess usually I have fun going through the troubleshooting process of that, but I don't know, this time it just had me stumped. I don't know if I'm just tired or trying to rush through it or what, but I just had to really force myself to take the time to do this the right way, to where I will thank myself later on. So yeah, I'm gonna get to it. I'm excited because I can finally start actually cutting out these things. I already cut the front fender because I wanted to see how that would look when I actually install it. That's already cut here. I went through 4 versions of this right here. This is the final one that ultimately, when I realized, oh, I can make this like a whole separate piece when I wrap the skirt right there, so I don't have to think about the full length of it or how it's gonna line up with our RAD logo on the door. This will be its own black chrome piece installed separately that I will most likely be touching up throughout the year. And that fits based on what I kind of sketched out and revised here earlier, translated that into my digital files, and we got there eventually. So here's before. You'll see how it looks in a little while. Okay, so I laid down some silver chrome on the rear fender. I was just working on the edges there. So while I have the rear over off, I'm going to do the part around the skirt so that I can get this edge here. And then I can piece the car back together and we'll keep moving with it. I want to show you guys, I have to start cutting out my material for the black chrome. I don't think you guys have seen my vinyl room since I've kind of put it together. We had some really cool prints that Montroy was running during SEMA back in 2019. It was a while ago. They had an autograph signing out of their booth. It was really cool, and they made it very special because they printed pictures of Dan's car from, I know for sure is Long Beach. There may be a couple rounds on there, but they printed it on silver chrome. So they had some extras and they just gave me these rolls of these photos, and I've always wanted to do something with them, didn't know what, and I finally just went for it because I have this space and I wanted to cover up some of the wood in here, so take a look. So this is kind of where I'll work on decals and everything, but check it out. I said silver chrome, but they did blue chrome also. So I think that's really beautiful. It's pretty neat. Give you guys a closer look. This was actually Dan's favorite livery. I'll put it out there. He always says that one was his favorite. I think it's just because he loves blue that much. But it had this really nice contrast of the blue chrome and silver chrome. I don't know if you guys can see that. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Let's see. I have our new vinyl from Montroy in here. I'm gonna open this up and I'll show you guys. Got our box of black chrome here. Our vinyl is supplied by Montroy and they carry 3M, Avery, KPMF. I don't know all of them, but I know that they carry the majority of all different manufacturers. So check them out if you guys are in need of some vinyl. I'm gonna get this opened right now and we'll put it on our little roll that Dan had made. This is really cool because in the past at our old shop in California, I would literally work on the floor because it was the only carpeted spot in the shop and I didn't have a large workspace like this. We cleared this for me to use, otherwise there's usually car parts and stuff, but there's plenty of space for him to put things elsewhere. It's really cool to be able to have this workspace. I'm not used to that, and it's nice to not be down on the ground on carpet, and we don't have any carpet at the shop, so that's how we got here. Okay, so I wanted to tell you guys about a new line of knives that we actually offer on our website, Almar Knives. They're really nice. This is one of their smaller ones. I like it a lot. Would have been a lot more interesting if I opened the box with it, but I already did that. But I figured, hey, I need to tell you guys about this, so I like it. The guys had to teach me how to open it like that. I finally got the hang of it. But check them out, you guys. There's an entire variety on our website, radindustries.com. Let's dive into this black chrome. I'm so excited. I'm gonna get this out and then I will put it on our roll here so it'll be easier to see and you can see it in the light. I guess in comparison, this is the silver chrome right now. I'm gonna switch them out and then you'll get to see the variation between the two. Just got the black chrome out of the box. Nice full roll. It's beautiful. Honestly, I'm kind of curious to see how it will look on track because the chromes are so reflective, I guess. Like when I look on screen right now, I can clearly see the difference between the silver and the black. I've always been so excited to use black chrome against black paint because I think that'll give a really nice, like, subtle contrast. I don't know if the silver and the black chrome are gonna contrast very much. You see what I'm talking about? They're like pretty similar, but it of course depends on what's reflecting the vinyl. So I'm curious to see how it'll look on track. It's beautiful material. There we go. You kind of see that like mirror chrome and then the more tinted like darkness to this. Abracadabra. Okay guys, we are back at the shop. It is Saturday now. I just wanted to show you, I laid down the second layer here on the door. I wanted to explain this. So you may not see this in the time lapse. It's looking pretty cool though. So we had the silver chrome, which is layer 1. Then I have the black chrome on top of it. Really like how that looks. It's so cool. So second layer, and I did that, like ran the black chrome through the cutter because I wanted this accurate, like guaranteed curve here that I wouldn't have to make. So that's all based on the design. Then I'm going to come in with a third layer and follow this black line with knifeless tape. And we're gonna do a layer of black on here that can be a little more free and conform to everything else. So at least I have this lockup like set in place so that the logo and these like connecting rays will kind of all come together and line up just right. Yeah, so I like how it's looking. I think it's gonna look really cool on track. It's gonna catch all kinds of different reflections. So yeah, I was just saying I think it's gonna stand out with these shiny chromes, beautiful paint to me. And it's fun to make it pop in these chrome ways versus like just using bright colors, which I love seeing that out on track, but I don't know, it's fun to kind of challenge it a little bit. But yeah, I'm so excited. I love, this is just the best part. I actually really dislike setting up the files, measuring everything, getting it just right because I know that I make it much more difficult than it needs to be, and I'm like just eager to start laying the vinyl down and seeing the combination of the materials. Yeah, just wanted to get you guys up to date. Layer 1, layer 2, and then I'll show you when I have that black piece in. I don't know if I'm gonna put that in next or if I'm going to do my silver chrome front fender so that I get that crossover. We'll see what I decide. Kind of winging it, have a general plan. Okay, so far so good. I got the front fender laid up. I just wanted to show you guys kind of what I have to spend time planning out and how I talk about the troubleshooting that I have to work on. My cutter does not fit the width of like this edge to the top to run it through my cutter there. I think I max out at 29 or 30 inches. I don't fully remember. Should know that with all this file set up. That's where like I have to think about the design and even the install at the same time before I can just do something that looks so simple. So these are actually two separate pieces right here. Like you can see where they split. So I made that negative space of black that shape by running this single piece through the cutter. It was ganged up on the same thing, but it worked so that it fit the actual width, or we should say height right now. And then this was another separate cut. So things like that, and it's much easier. Like, it'd be very difficult to install that as one whole piece anyway because of how thin that gets. So little things like that are what I have to plan out as I design and think about applying to the car. But it's coming along. Once I have it going, I think this is going to go fairly quick. Right now, I finally get to cut out our logo, the blue RAD, and then I think everything can kind of start connecting from that point. The rear fender is going to be a little bit of a challenge. Yeah, that's the latest. So I was standing here looking at the logo, and from left to right, the full width of it is about 70 inches. It does not make sense for me to run all that material that way. So I don't know if you guys find this interesting or not. This is kind of how the file would be set up, and that will help me save on material, really maximize it by ganging them up. It actually will be much, much better for install because then I can handle like these thin little lines on the D a little better as I apply it, and then I'll still have a guide for the R and A. So just some of the thought process that goes into it. Maybe you guys find that interesting. Wendy, what are you eating? Wax pens are really helpful. I never knew about that. Sean Illingworth, he was like, hey, check this out. Maybe it's a common thing. I don't know. I only do this really once a year, and then I do touch-ups. So I'm always open for feedback and advice, guys. But I use the wax pen. I don't know if you can like barely see it. It's very faint, to kind of act as my guide. And I did the same thing for when I laid this. Same thing for when I laid up here. So that's really helpful, but it's really moving along. It's not too far off. I would still have like the rear fender to work out, but it's so strange how this livery was so much work beforehand, and then actually installing it, it's pretty light. So that makes it really fun. I'm gonna get to it with the blue chrome. Coming to life. There we have it. Yes, we can finally see the combination of all the colors, materials. We'll get that pop of white in the wheels once we have those on there, and I'm so excited. I get this feeling every time. I'm so happy we can bring it back to FD, and you guys will get to see it, those of you that make it to the events or watch live stream, but it's really exciting. I don't know, it always does that to me. It's like a reality once for me. Also when I hear the car start, of course. But yeah, it's looking really good. It's getting that energy and motion that I was trying to create with it, and I'm gonna work out the rear fender. I might save that for tomorrow. It's so cool when you really I always do this, I'll walk around the shop from all angles and look at it. I love that we get a different thing over here on the driver's side with the black fender, and then the pop of that silver chrome over on the white. It's just gonna be such a cool little bounce between the two, and we'll have all white wheels. Yeah, I'm really happy with how this came together. I think it's interesting to look at, and will keep your guys' attention. Hey guys, we are back. It is Monday. I got to take the day off yesterday. I met up with my sister in Tampa, spent the day with her, so that was really nice. We're back at it now. This is so simple once I have it ready. It's gonna go fairly quick. Hopefully I don't jinx myself for the passenger side, but I'm going to work on this rear fender right now, so I'm gonna lay down some knifeless tape, measure out my material for there, and get that laid down. This will probably be the most complicated out of everything as far as actually applying it. I'll have the time lapse going, and we're gonna see it really come together. I wish I didn't have to work so sparingly with my silver chrome right now. I think I mentioned this earlier in the video, I'm not sure. That's why I'm waiting to fully wrap the roof and everything like that, because I wanna save that for last, in case I do have to do that at the last minute when I get material a little later. In case I don't have enough here, then I can rush that out. Pretty straightforward when you just get to wrap and you don't have to actually think about matching up these graphics or anything like that. So I'm gonna get to it. Okay guys, it's already kind of late tonight and I need to take care of some just business stuff and be at my desk for a while. So as much as I would like to start working on the passenger side, start working on everything else, this is gonna take a little while and it's gonna be a dragged out process because I'm gonna do little by little. It's just a busy time right now. But take a look. Whew. I love it. I had to really play with that curve quite a bit. Make that work with the straight edges, make it carry across the car from front to back. I do a lot of staring every step of the way while I'm applying vinyl. Obviously a lot when I'm at my computer screen, things like that. But I don't know, best advice, just take your time with things like this, guys. If you're thinking about doing your own livery, at least for me, it's normal to just take a lot of time to process it, imagine, think. Everyone works differently. That's why it kind of worked out that I was able to work on this while Dan was gone, so I wasn't in his way with things and he wasn't in my way. And I mean, we make it work every year. It was really helpful to have this time to really troubleshoot on this side. Like I said, this was probably the most complicated, just planning out and layup of everything for me, even though it looks so simple. And that's the oddest thing, because it was the simplest to install once I had that figured out. I am really just admiring that black chrome. I was concerned how, like, I didn't know if it was gonna contrast enough from the silver chrome, and I love it. I love the subtleness. I love it against the black paint. Looks gorgeous to me. The only part that, well, it's kind of a big part, but I can't wait to see the actual top of the car covered in the silver mirror chrome. That's really gonna pop. And then see our clean, fresh white wheels on there. And the whole car, like you guys have seen in the past, will have a blue chrome lip around the entire edge of the car, including the front. I'm really happy with it. I like it a lot. Okay, so I don't think I'm gonna cover the whole passenger side. Maybe I'll do some close-ups, put a head cam on or something. Maybe you guys will appreciate seeing the actual like hands-on install that you don't get to see in the time lapse. I'll keep rolling with this the best that I can, and hopefully you guys got something out of seeing this driver side come together. All right, you guys, I will see you tomorrow. Hey guys, pretty sure it's been 2 weeks, maybe just shy of 2 weeks since I was on camera last for the livery, and it's just been busy. I have literally, I'm gonna say 2 weeks has gone by, and I have spent maybe 3 hours on the car since then, just filling you in so you kind of understand how broken up it gets. And that's because, like, we're finalizing contracts. I'm getting merch ready. We got to go to Fuel Fest. That was really fun. That's the first time we've been there. We didn't actually vlog that event. Dan didn't. So we can put some clips in here so you guys can get some action in this video. Fest was really cool though. It's still so much fun to go to these new events here on the East Coast and happen to be in Florida and just kind of experience the drift culture here. It's all drift family, you know, it's all the same. Everyone's having fun out there, enjoying themselves, and it's fun to meet new fans. Yeah, so that kind of broke up some of this. I'm back at it. It's Saturday right now, hoping I can get a lot done between, I'll probably finish up what I'm doing on the front bumper right now. I'll work on the rest tomorrow. I have not touched the passenger side. I'm waiting till I can do that like uninterrupted. I've kind of just ended up working around Dan. Dan's been busy. He's working on some bash bars right now from Cage Kits. Very cool. We can put a video in here for that also. the car. I literally have only wrapped the frame that goes up around pretty much the A-pillar and above that goes around the windshield. I got to put silver chrome on that. And then I got to do this earlier today, the Targa top. It looks so nice. That silver chrome. Once the car is like off the lift and you can get a clear visual, we'll start seeing all that silver chrome top come together and look really nice. Right now, I'm working on the front bumper, just doing that like blue chrome lip. So I do it in 3 pieces because usually a roll is like sometimes 53 inches when I get it, 54 inches. I've had 59 inches, or actually 60, sorry, 5 feet. I've always split it up into 3 just to conserve the material, so I use knifeless tape. So I did one side here, and now I'm doing the center. So I think I'm gonna finish up with that today, call it a night. It's like almost 8 right now. Pump out as much as I can tomorrow on Sunday. Passenger side is still the exact same as we left it 2 weeks ago. It'll be all right though. Just wanted to include that because a lot of people will ask like, how long does it take you to wrap the car? And I can like guesstimate maybe how many days I could do it depending on the design, but it just gets so broken up that the way that I get to work on it during this time of year, it drags out for a while. Luckily with Muhanna's help, I don't really have the pressure of having to unveil the car and have the complete car all wrapped with decals and everything to show you guys because we like sharing that before the season. Anyway, stay tuned. Just wanted to keep you guys updated. Okay guys, I was with you guys last night. It's the following day and I'm gonna put a head cam on and just kind of go through some parts so you can see up close of the actual wrapping as I work on the passenger side. I'm excited to get this done. I think realistically I can complete this today and then I'll move on to little things like the detail of like the blue chrome lip around the car, stuff like that. We'll put together a little sequence of getting this side put together. Okay, we're gonna take a little break, playing the party cards. We've got Radcliffe here. Radcliffe does have an angle kit. And we've got Radney here. think I do better with the angle kit. I don't remember. I always forget. And the seat position is really weird on me, so I have to add cushions like a child. But that always feels a little different also. All right, let's have some fun.
We're out here, guys. Safety gear. Oh, she hit exactly on the hole. Renee's getting better. She did exactly hit the hole with a rear tire. Unacceptable, Renee.
That was fun. That's the first time Dan's been able to tandem with me like that. I think he's more brave to do that than me being brave. Downside to no windshield, you get filthy in those things. You're just covered in dirt and tire rubber, all kinds of stuff, but it's worth the fun for sure. I'm gonna get back on the car, guys. Hey guys, so in this video, I told you I wanted to share a little bit of what takes place pre-season and some of the things that I get to work on at this time of the year. I get to design Dan's race suit every year. I get to work with Sparco. They make it possible. They've been with us since the very beginning. So Dan's suit arrived just a few days ago and I wanted to show you. Here it is. So something different about this year is that we went with a blue base and I'm really excited about that. Dan's busy right now, so he can't model it for you guys, but you'll see him in it all year long. But really happy with it. I think it's a fun look. What I really wanted to show you guys was the back. We got like this detail of party in the back. That's something kind of fun. It's on the right foot, which is appropriate. And then we got Comeback Kid. So we actually have to ship this out to get his arm restraints installed into the sleeve so that he doesn't have to fuss with like loose ones, but there's gonna be more where that came from. You guys have to stay tuned. That's all for now on the suit, guys. I'll also show you like our crew shirts and stuff when they come in so you can just see all the different branding that takes place pre-season. Hey you guys, it took me a little while to get back to you on this. I meant to show you our merch for this season. We are at round 7 in Utah. Hey guys, gonna be on YouTube?
Oh yeah.
Say what's up? I had been meaning to show you guys what merch we have for this season. So we still have it all available, so I'm still gonna show it to you. We have our new Comeback Kid style. This one is the second version of our classic RAD retro helmet. We got to work with the same artist. It was such a fun project. We worked the Supra into this one. So this has been pretty cool. This one's been popular for this season. We have our team t-shirt. This was like a different look that I wanted to go for. A lot of people have been asking for Dan to autograph the shirts. So white worked out really well. That was the thing that got popular at like Fuel Fest. This is the back of it. And I'll link all of these to our website. We have our new hoodie. It's got Dan's number 34 on there. I integrated this design from like, it's also on the hood of Dan's car. So it has his number 34 worked in there. Nice little detail, something fun. This is the back of it. And then we have a variety of like our other styles, getting kind of limited on sizes with those. But I wanted to show you guys what we came out with this year and what's new. These two main styles plus our hoodie. Check it out on our website. I'm glad you got to be a part of seeing our season come together this year. We will have a video that is gonna recap the season, or at least a good part of it, up to Seattle. We're gonna have that on the channel shortly. So hope you guys enjoyed this. Figured I should work this in. Why not into the livery video? We're at round 7 and this is the condition of the car so far. It's held up pretty good. We've gone through most of the spares. It's got some love from, I think that was like Seattle possibly. But we keep running those fenders as long as they're not cracked. But yeah, let's see, I'll show you one. I think the driver door has kind of been a good portion that's gotten some love this year. I don't know whose tire that is on there, but yeah, the car just gets a little more character as the season goes along, as you can imagine. So just figured I'd show you guys that. I also have all of our spare fenders. Those are all the ones I worked on wrapping that we travel with. We have gone through quite a few bumpers this year. Dan's been battling hard, so it's a good thing. But yeah, so you guys kind of got the livery full circle.